right, thank you all for coming. We are joined by our two seniors, Desmond Ridenauer, Kevin Zabo, along with head coach Rob Senderoff. We'll start us off with an opening statement.
Oh, look, great win on senior night for these two guys here. Really happy for them that on senior night we were able to get a win. What a game, unbelievable game. Had a number of guys make some huge plays for us to get the win. You know, you just stick together for 40 minutes or tonight for 45 minutes, and special things can happen. So, you know, it certainly wasn't a perfect performance, but overtime they shot 2 for 8. I thought we did a great job defensively against them in overtime, and, you know, we made some plays when we needed to. So great to get the win.
Desmond, it seemed like in the second half, before you made that run, they were hitting everything everything. You get to one, they would make it basket. You get to one again, they make it 3. Talk about the resiliency late in the game, in regulation, and then in overtime.
They did a good job knocking down shots. We just knew we had to come together and get stops at the end of the game, and that was going to pull it out. No matter if we scored or not, we knew we had to get major stops down the stretch, and that's what we needed to do to win, so that's what we did.
Facing them a second time, though, Desmond, could you pick up anything from even though it was a loss, that you picked up from the first time you met them, that you know about Sabandi and Coben Lands and some of their others? Bam Bowman was big today. McLean, who was big against Akron on Saturday, was shut out, I believe. Could you take something from that first game and see what you could have done late in the game and again in overtime?
Yeah, from the first game, we went to their place and they smacked us in the mouth, so we didn't get rid of that taste, and we knew we had to come out and bring our A game, because we're both teams that's trying to get a box at Cleveland right now, and that first game, we knew that they came out and beat us pretty bad, and we learned from the first game that we couldn't let that happen this game at home.
Turnovers were huge all game long, and you guys, every time you got your giddy up going, it seemed like all of a sudden you'd have a cluster of you know, quick passes or bad passes, and I know they're aggressive. Yeah. But how much of it was that? How much of it was just senior night? I know you guys were well. I think Des, you had the one on the inbounds.
Yeah. It was a combination of both. We knew, like, defensively they're an aggressive team. And, you know, like you said, it might have been, I don't know, senior night, but, you know, we're not making any excuses either. The most important part was after those turnovers, we stuck together, and even if it was a bad play, we picked our teammate up. We was like, on to the next one, because there's nothing we can do about that one turnover, and we showed great character by getting this win at the end.
Both of you guys talk about Danny.
Man, every time he gets blocks, I keep telling him I love him to death, because he really saves us and cleans a lot of our mistakes. That's something I think he's a master at blocking shots now. His time is incredible, and like I said, I love him. Coach Indy lucky to have him for a few more years.
Yeah, lifesaver at the rim. Something that we need, protect the rim into the games. How he's done this season. He's come up with some clutch defensive stops for us, and you can see that he's matured this year from last year. And like Kev said, we love him for it.
Just kind of going through your head at the end of the game there when the refs are at the monitor seeing if that shot counted.
Well, actually, I thought I was the only one who saw that the shot didn't count, because when Jay was all over him, I was also looking at the clock, and I heard the sound of the buzzer, and he still had the ball in his hand. So in my head, I was like, we went to overtime. But then I was looking at everyone's reaction. Some people was leaving the arena. I was like, what's going on? Like, we got overtime. So I was nervous, but then again, I knew, and luckily he still had the ball in his hands.
Talk a little bit about Jalen on that play, because he hugged up to him, made him take a dribble, which basically.
Yeah, shot fake and dribble.
Yeah.
You know, tough shot. He couldn't defend it any better, honestly. Tough shot.
Des, for you initially kind of took a chance. You came here as a walk-on, and I remember last year with the confetti falling in Cleveland, you had tears in your eyes, and you were saying, this is why I came here. And now here in senior night, you get a big win like this. What has Kent State meant to you as a whole?
As a whole, Kent State, this has been the best 3 years of my life as a whole. It was fun getting the win tonight, and it was fun last year with the confetti falling and raising those rings. But my senior year, I want it to happen again. I want it to be my senior year. I don't want to look back and take anything or regret anything. But Kent State basketball, that's me. I came here, like you said, as a walk-on, and just stuck with it. And now I'm here, senior year. It's been a great team, great group of guys. My boy Kev here, senior as well. We want to go back to back. That's what we focused on right now.
Kevin, just talk about the drive at the end of regulation to tie it.
Yeah, actually, I can't remember who. I think it was Mitch. Yeah, Mitch, he had the steal, and I thought he was gonna go for the layup, and he just kicked it back to me. I actually had a 3-ball. I remember Jay in the huddle. He's such a great point guard. He told me, regardless of whatever, we get into the rim. Don't settle for threes. Get to the rim. And my 3-point shot wasn't even falling anyway. So I got to the rim. I thought the big man was gonna take a charge. But I felt like he was too deep in the lane, so I just went up on him and went in. It was a great steal from Mitch, though. It all started with Mitch.
What's it mean to hit a shot like that and get on senior?
It's great, but it's even better that we got the win afterwards, because I thought, like I said, the next play he knocked down the 3, so it would have meant anything, if we didn't get this win. So I'm just glad we got the win.
All right, fellas. I'll pull tomorrow. Great job.
Open it up to the questions, Coach.
I just want to speak on Danny a little bit.
Yeah, he's getting better. Tonight he made some huge plays. The block at the end, you saw him. We scored. Kevin did, and they were racing the ball down the floor, and you can see him timing it up the whole time. And it was a huge block, but 18 rebounds, 17 points. Yeah, he was good today, and he's getting better. He's getting better. The consistency is the biggest thing for him, and he's showing a lot of progress. 18 rebounds is, I can't remember anybody having more than that in my time here. I know that's a career high for him, so really happy for him and our team. These guys, they recognize how he's getting better. I asked a couple guys if it was good or not, and they weren't sure. They didn't think it was. You see that he had the shot fake and he took a dribble. So you're saying there's only 2 seconds. Can you do all of that in 2 seconds? He's a really good player. So you know what? It just if there was 2.2 seconds, we lose, but there was 2 seconds. So the officials did their job. And it obviously wasn't, shot in time, because that's why they have the monitor. That's why they review those things. And, I didn't know if it was good or not, but I did think that was a lot of time for you to shot fake, take a dribble and a side dribble, and then get a shot off. So, that's really what it was.
Didn't Jimmy have 19?
You'd have to ask somebody else, man. I'm not sure. I don't. I listen. I maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't remember them all.
I thought he had 21 tonight. I would count.
You had 21 rebounds for Danny?
Yeah.
We'll have to get our SID to do a better job then. He screwed up the blocks last game. He had 7. We only gave him 6.
What did they tell you when it was replays? I think they looked at Adonis twice with the elbow, and then one time when I think Adway was going up for a layup. Did they explain to you what they were looking at?
Yeah, like Adonis, when he posts up, he's sometimes, we teach him to get his arms out, and sometimes he's physical. He gets fouled a bunch, and sometimes he fouls. And they just check to see that it's a basketball play, and that's what they're supposed to do. To my knowledge, it is always. It's a basket. He's trying to post up, but he must have hit him, and they have to go to the monitor on that to make sure it's a basketball play.
You guys couldn't get stopped there at the end.
Yeah.
Finally, Mitch made that steal.
Yeah.
Talk about you needed one and you got one, I guess.
Yeah, and you know what? We didn't do as well as they made some tough shots, but we also there was a couple plays that I screwed up, went 1-3-1 because we were struggling to guard ball screens, hoping maybe we can get them to miss. They missed in the first half, and Coleman lands, banged a three. So those are on me. But, you know, when the team competes till the end, you could sort of live with that. They made some shots. Sabati, he made a couple ISO plays, like one-on-one. He hit a big three on Kevin. You know, he had a pull-up in the lane on Jalen Walker. Tough shots, good shot. I mean, you know, good player shots that good players make, and he's a good player. And when we needed to get the one steal because they were struggling to get stops too, we shot 58% in the second half. Mitch was in there, and he was able to get it. So great play for him. And you know, I to be honest with you, I forgot that it was a steal, so I didn't mention it in the locker room. So I'll mention it here so that he hears that was a great play for our team for sure.
Rob, the last couple of games you faced two of them, from my point of view, you could think differently, of the up-and-coming teams in the MAC. You faced Bowling Green with a fine player in Turner and Wiggins and Lillard who can progress. And now you face a Miami team loaded with some outstanding freshmen. Could these two teams, in your mind, if they stay their course, be a force in the Eastern, not only in the MAC but in the Eastern Division for their careers?
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not thinking about that right now. Right? Like, I mean, they have good players. Yeah, they have good players. We have good players, and you know, I'm sure that they're going to continue to have good teams. You know, they have really good freshmen, but you know, we have good team players too. So you know, I'm not going to comment on that really, except to say that they're both very good teams.
Friday, the ancient enemy, a chance for a sweep. It doesn't get any easier.
No, these games are all difficult, and this is the time of the year where you just try to build some momentum. We've won 3 out of our last 4 games. You know, we've won some in you know, great wins down the stretch. And again, to me, that's what you're looking. You know, obviously you'd love to win by 30 if you could, but to me, what really tests you right now is being able to win close games, because when you get to Monday, you know, of next week, and then you get to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it doesn't matter if you win by 1 or you win by 15, but you have to be able to show the ability to come back when things aren't going great for you, and stick together. And hopefully that's a lesson that we're learning as we continue in the league.
Can you just talk about Kevin and Des a little bit?
Yeah. You know, Kevin, he came here. We had a kid leave late 2 years ago that we weren't expecting. He never told us he was going to leave or do any of that stuff. We had no idea. And we actually had recruited his teammate from junior college and needed a point guard late. And me and his father spoke, Kevin's father, and Kevin basically committed sight unseen. You know, his buddy ended up transferring after 1 semester, but Kevin's really improved, you know, as a senior. He's had a really good senior year. He's made some huge plays for us last year in the MAC tournament against Ohio in the semifinals. We don't win that game without Kevin. Obviously, Jalen Walker hit the game winner, but we don't win that game without Kevin. And he's had a really good senior year, and I think it's a testament to his hard work. He works really hard. And as Des mentioned, he came here without a scholarship. He's got a family that went to Kent, and you know, he also, you know, maybe individually his season hasn't been quite as good as he would like, but you know, I always think back to last year again in the MAC tournament. We were struggling in the first half against Buffalo. He's not a great three-point shooter by percentage, but in that game he made 2 threes that, you know, we don't win that game in advance without that. He always guards the other team's best perimeter player whenever he's in the game. And again, I think he's given, you know, 3 years of really hard work here to the school. So for both of them, we didn't win our senior night last year. So I was happy for both of them that we were able to win tonight on senior night. And you know, hopefully there's still more to play for.
2 questions, Coach. Darian Ringo, me watching tonight, seemed to be one of the better passers I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for a player like that?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, and he's tough to defend, and I'm not sure we did a great job against him, but you know, we did as good as we could. He's good. He's a good defensive player. I think a lot of those steals were plays that he were making. He's a good player. You know, I think our point guards, both of them, played really well too in the game. But he's certainly a good player, a good passer. You know, he a good defensive player. He makes a lot of plays for their team for sure.
And these tight ball games, how many years have you lost after your life in Indiana?
Nah, listen, I'm so used to this right now. I expect nothing different, to be honest with you. I expect nothing different.
Anything else?
All right, thank you guys.